Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tech Bros podcast. It is with me, Raj, and my co-host.
Hello, everyone.
My co-host.
Yeah, I was gonna have that little pause there. I'll be like, "It is me." Yeah, hi everyone.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, same old, same old. You?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. We're talking. We're actually having our first. I think it might be our first repeat episode.
Yes, it is. It is our
It's
first
the first
repeat.
time we've circled back to a topic that we've discussed in a previous episode.
Yeah.
which is interesting, and I think it's because of the fact that we were obviously so how can I say, we saw it all coming. That's why we were discussing NFTs way before everyone else started discussing NFTs. We were the cool ones.
Yes, exactly. We jumped on the train at the right time.
Yeah, it was about a year ago, I think we did the episode then.
Oh, was it?
I feel like it's been a long time.
It's definitely been a long time, hasn't it?
I think it has been like a year.
Oh wow.
I can check if you like.
I'm sure it's a year because if it feels that long.
It feels like 70 years. It's like a long time ago.
Long time. Yes, we are going to be discussing NFTs.
Yep. We're coming back to NFTs, the non-fungible tokens.
Yes.
And we're going to be kind of talking about how it's, it has changed a lot since, since we've talked. And I think in terms of popularity, it's obviously taken on a whole new level. I can't even say
it. Yeah, so you're absolutely right with that. It's literally blown out of proportion.
Yeah. And so we're going to talk about some of the things that have happened, and I guess we can briefly go over what it is, what NFTs are, because I think a lot of people still don't really understand what they are, but I think we explained it last time, and you can go and listen to that one. But just for the sake of going back here, it is a non-fungible token.
Yep.
It is essentially a digital asset that's stored on a blockchain. And when it comes to NFTs, each token is basically uniquely identifiable, and that's why it's non-fungible.
Yes.
If you buy something in a shop and you use a £5 note, I can use a £5 note, and they're both the same. That's what it means to be fungible, because each note is, all £5 notes are basically the same thing.
Yes.
But they're non-fungible because each of the tokens are unique, essentially.
Yes.
So that's what it means by non-fungible. And what they essentially mean is that they allow you to be able to have some kind of public proof of ownership over some kind of assets or some kind of digital asset, be it an image, be it a song, be it an album, digital art, lots of things like that.
Yes, exactly.
And so that's what it's kind of trying to be. Is it's trying to introduce some kind of scarcity to digital assets, which by nature are not scarce at all. You can, once an image is put up on the internet, you can endlessly reproduce that and replicate it. So there isn't any scarcity. And so this is one way of being able to try and get some kind of scarcity.
Yeah, exactly. And from what I've been seeing for a very long time now, that everybody is just jumping onto this now. Music producers, artists, even just let me not say common. Just like somebody like Raj or myself are even creating NFTs. And just going on to a news article that I was reading on NFTs today, it says here, schoolboy makes £750,000 selling whale-themed NFTs.
I mean, it's just funny.
And I've seen it, and it's literally just a whale. Like one of them's a whale wearing a hat, another one smoking a pipe, and like literally, this schoolboy, he is a schoolboy. He's in school. He doesn't even have a bank account yet.
Yeah.
And that's how much money he's made. And well, with that being said, he makes £750,000. However, all that is tied up in cryptocurrency.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be that he's traded it directly for dollars or pounds or whatever it might be. He would have traded it for, I guess, like Ethereum or something.
Yep, that's the one he's traded it. That he's got it in.
Yeah, so I think a lot of NFTs tend to be on the Ethereum blockchain. So there are different types of blockchain, I guess is worth emphasizing, is that you can have different types of different blockchains that maybe have differences in their properties, but they all are kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
And different NFTs can be tied to different blockchains. And so
Yeah.
Ethereum is probably the most popular one now, actually.
But I think a lot of critics were saying that, well, with any cryptocurrency, there's the risk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you would lose everything before you're even able to even take your money out.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that, he's able to retrieve all his money, but because imagine you go to bed and then you wake up and you find out all your money's gone.
Yeah, and we have had a lot of stories of NFTs being stolen, of people essentially have their crypto wallets where they keep their assets, and we have had reports of those NFTs being stolen, and if they are worth a lot of money, that's a lot of money that's just been taken from you.
Gosh, how are even people able to even steal?
So, I mean, there's a few things. I mean, it can be sort of a user error thing.
Yeah.
Basic things such as not giving your password to other people and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But there's also issues in terms of actually getting. So the whole idea behind blockchain is that you're getting essentially some kind of proof of work where whatever entry you have of like, I transferred one NFT to Egerton is added to this ledger, which is known as a blockchain, and you have to do some kind of proof of work to record that on the ledger.
Yeah.
But we all may not have access to this. We may not all be working off of the same ledger.
Mm-hmm.
We can have different forks of this blockchain where one person might have a set of transactions into ledger, and some person might be working off blockchain which has different aspects of and the whole idea of crypto and blockchain is supposed to be decentralized.
Yeah.
So rather than everything being held up in a central authority like a bank, it's kind of up to everyone to manage this themselves.
Yeah.
As a sort of decentralized approach. But the problem is you need some kind of centralization to know who's actually given what to whom.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that kind of creates some problems if you actually want to decentralize, because you need actually some centralization. So that's created problems because people might not actually be going off of transactions that in one blockchain that transaction went through, on another one it didn't.
It didn't. Yeah. Gosh. So yeah, that's a big one then, really, isn't it? You just wake up and it's gone. and there's nothing you can do about it because it's not regulated.
Yeah. So one of the things that's also happened is that it's become a sort of a badge of honor, especially on like social media, where you might see a profile picture that has an ape on it, or a profile picture that has like a hexagon on it, or whatever it is, or has some kind of like the art isn't even good. Like if it was good art, I'd be like, okay, cool. But the art's not actually that good.
Good, yeah.
I just mean aesthetically, it's not amazing. But people have these, you know, NFTs as like the profile pictures. There's like a badge of honor about it, saying like I own it. But it doesn't have like value in of itself. You're kind of hoping to resell it to someone who is willing to pay more than you paid for it. Yeah. And then they're gonna hope to sell it on to someone for higher than the price. Like there isn't any real value to the NFT itself.
Yeah. And just going on to another article that I saw this morning, which this is actually very hot off the press. Premier League.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so now the Premier League are getting into NFTs as well.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. So a deal that was discussed today, which is the 8th of March.
Yeah.
Was discussed about the launch of 20 clubs launching digital assets within this year, NFTs, and the deal is actually worth hundreds of millions of pounds. These digital assets, we don't know what they are at the moment because, of course, the deal only got reached today. But I would assume if it was something like NFTs, it would be like, what would you think? Not player cards per se.
So it's very nebulous as to what actually could be used as a way of, you know, of value essentially.
Yeah.
So there's been a number of different applications that have been proposed for it. So one is like music artists being able to give exclusive content to fans, for example, or like in games, giving people their own character in the game, or something like that. So there have been a few examples of that. Ubisoft is getting quite big into NFTs at the moment. They announced the whole sort of initiative about that.
Okay.
And there've been a few games that have been trying to do that sort of thing where you have your own like character in the game, or again, sort of exclusive content, that sort of thing. But it's kind of hard to know like where it's all going. Even like Quentin Tarantino released 7 NFTs based on uncut scenes of Pulp Fiction.
Oh wow.
And then Miramax, the company, had to file a lawsuit because they claimed that the film rights were being violated.
Oh gosh.
So it's like people are trying to use it for a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But ultimately the things themselves like could have value. Like I guess like, you know, an uncut scene of Pulp Fiction is something that I think has some value aside from just a picture of an ape. But I wonder if this is necessarily the best way of sharing that. Like, why can't that be just bought using money?
Exactly. Well, to be honest, prior to this podcast, I did say to Raj, just like, how about me making NFTs?
We'll make an NFT of this episode.
Oh, we could do.
And then see how people see how much we can get for it.
Because if somebody's doing the NFT of whales, why can't we?
I should say that I mean, there's a couple of things. One is that people have made money off of it.
Yes, absolutely.
And you know, that's fair. And I guess that if people have made money off of it, they might be hesitant to listen to criticisms of it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you can sort of bear that in mind when you're sort of trying to research it and that sort of thing, is that if people have a vested interest, they know that if they've made money off of it, that they're probably not going to say NFTs are bad, right?
Yes, exactly.
So if people have made money off of it, doesn't necessarily mean that you will make money off of it. You, the
Yeah.
person listening.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And as I said, there's always the element of risk.
Yes. And of course, we can't really talk about NFTs without talking about the environment.
Oh God. Oh dear. Yeah, that's true. That is
So
true.
these things are, computationally very intensive. They use a lot of energy.
Yes, they
That's not
do.
good for the environment.
It
I've
is
seen
not good.
some people online trying to justify it by saying that, well, making money loses up energy as well, like paper money. It doesn't use up anywhere near the level of energy that
Yeah,
NFTs do.
exactly.
It
Exactly.
uses some energy, yes, but not
Yes,
nowhere near as much.
absolutely not. So yeah, you do have the environmental implications to also think about
Yeah.
with that. But you never
I,
know. You
I say there's
you
a
go ahead.
no, you go ahead. I was gonna say something else.
Oh no, I was just gonna say you never know. In many years to come, um, if producing NFTs will consume less energy.
I mean, yes, there have been efforts to, I guess, in the spirit of balance, there have been efforts to try and make blockchains that are cleaner, that are greener, that aren't using as much energy.
Yeah,
But there are still problems, and certainly you can't. It's hard to retroactively fix the things that are already there. Like to
yeah,
take, for example, Ethereum and actually make that more environmentally sound. And
yeah,
also, this has been the reason why there's been a shortage of chips in graphics cards. A lot of it has been
yes,
driven by NFTs. And so that's why that's had an impact on manufacturing of other products, such as video game consoles. For a long
yeah,
time, people couldn't buy PlayStation 5s because graphics cards were in short supply because everyone was trying to get in on NFTs and create mining farms, basically.
yep, absolutely.
So it's been like very disruptive, and environmentally, it's kind of all over the place.
Oh dear, we'll see.
I will say if anyone's interested, there's a really good video online. It's called The Problem with NFTs. It's by a YouTube channel called Folding Ideas.
Mhm.
It's I think over 2 hours long.
Oh wow.
It's like such a well-researched like piece on it. It's
Mhm.
kind of like the ultimate word on NFTs, I would say. So definitely give that a watch.
Yeah.
It's not dry. It's actually very entertaining as well. So you can give that
Mhm.
a watch, and yeah, definitely it's a lot there in terms of some of the problems with it.
Yeah. I'll definitely be having a look at that.
Maybe something for your bedtime.
Yeah, bedtime watching. two
Yeah. Well,
hours.
probably you're gonna consume it in chunks rather than all in one go because it's
Yeah.
and it's the length of a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. That is true. That is true. But yeah, did we have anything else on NFTs at all? I think we've covered the
um,
I think we've covered the majority of it, haven't we?
there's a lot out there, and I'm sure
There
that
is a
people
lot.
can. I'm sure that people can get lost in a lot of rabbit holes about it. But
Hmm.
I think it's just be careful of people giving you financial advice is I guess the upshot of it,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of talk about NFTs being something of like a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme because of the fact that you are
Ponzi.
buying because you're buying stuff in order to sell it on. And there's no guarantee that the stuff that you'll be able to sell it on for a good amount of value.
Or
So
anything at all.
or anything at all. And so
Yeah.
just be careful with your money is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Say no to Ponzi schemes, say no to pyramid schemes. Yeah. But on that,
On that amazingly happy note.
yeah, on that, thank you for listening. As always, please like, comment, and share and subscribe. It does help us out a lot. And yeah, we really hope that you've enjoyed this episode and well, all our episodes, in fact.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, and we will speak to you very soon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone.